are coming to you live from $1 Million Studios. Your boys, Chris Speez,
a.k.a. Whitey Bulger.
And the benchmark of professional wrestling, Mr. Silky Baines.
That would make me Bumpy Johnson.
Speez and the Benchmark Show on a Monday night, January 21st, 2019. We thank you so much for being with us here on Periscope and over on the YouTubes. And no, it's not an impromptu card break.
Yeah.
I forgot the fucking title again. God, stupid.
One job.
Oh, I hate it. But anyway.
One time. That's all you had to do.
Welcome to all of you. Glad to have you with us. If you do us a solid, if you're with us here on Periscope or if you're watching in the Twitter app, do us a favor and retweet the program for us. We had a fantastic crowd last Monday night, Silky. Yes, and we had a decent Monday Night Raw again tonight, so we figured there might be some folks that want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So if you
Otis
do,
section, get throwing out them super hearts.
Awesome. Early on. We appreciate that.
Early on.
Was that Lit Mantis in there as well, throwing the super hearts? Fantastic. That's always good news. You can support the program here as well by dropping super hearts in the Periscope app, or you can hit us up on the tip jar, tinyurl.com/sbtipjar, as Silky is pointing out there. And of course, if you want to get on the phone lines, you can do so at 832-937-4559.
That's 832-93-SILKY.
832-93-SILKY if you want to chat with us here on the program. So we got the Royal Rumble coming up this Sunday. And for those of you that are regulars of the show, you know that on Thursday night, we will be previewing NXT TakeOver Phoenix and joined by our good friend, Mr. Warren Hayes. So that means tonight, we're going to talk some Royal Rumble right here on the program.
Let's do that. But first, let's go ahead and give a shout out to my team. As you can see,
of course,
tonight,
Silky rocking the Patriots
Super Bowl
gear.
Patch too. Bam. I mean, Texans wouldn't know nothing about having a Super Bowl patch, but whatever.
No, we hosted it. We hosted a couple.
Yeah.
So we got that going for us, but no.
Hold on. Who the fuck said that?
Who said what? Is somebody talking trash about your
Ravens
Patriots?
blood, look at me in my... Yes, I look fly in my Patriots gear.
Yeah, well...
And I got the shoes to match, the blue and white 12s.
Why, Silky, why, says Kristen. I'm with you. That's what a lot of people say, but in fact, I saw... Silky probably would have been proud of this, but somebody said on Twitter earlier tonight, after Brock Lesnar showed up in the first segment of Raw, they said, Brock Lesnar's a lot like the Patriots. We're just tired of you and sick of your shit. And I retweeted it and said, yeah, but they're just going to keep on winning. Yep. And Brock's going to keep on winning, and that's just the way that it goes. But we'll see. You never know about these youngsters from Los Angeles. We'll see how that goes. Good evening to you, Juanito, JPQ, Bobaruski, Red Leaf, all of you guys. Glad to have you with us over on the YouTube.
Even Juanito said, just one job, Chris. One fucking job.
I can't help it. It was not only did I have to work today on Martin Luther King Day.
Well, I mean,
I had to work late today. What kind of shit is that?
So you want me to cry for you?
No, I'm just saying.
You know how many white holidays I have to fucking work on?
Stop it. A guy from Houston rooting for a team from Boston. Ugh. My sports fandom hurts.
Ugh. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Okay, I'm a Saints fan. Yeah, it was that Saints.
That Saints game, I mean.
That was a mess.
But if it makes you feel better, we would have just beat you too.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk all that football trash. So, you guys have a YouTube channel. Yes, we do, Mark will. tinyurl.com/Speez Benchmark. We'll take you to the YouTube channel. You can subscribe over there and join us live every Monday and Thursday night. So, don't give me that shit, Chris. What are you talking about, Bobaruski? What the hell is he talking about?
I have no clue. I mean,
talking about me having to work late on Martin Luther King Day?
I know. I think that's what it is because, I mean, like I say, I work on President's Day, white holiday.
Why is that a white holiday?
I mean,
Barack Obama was a black man.
Up until recently, there was no.
Well, now there is now, so it's no longer a white holiday.
It is still a white holiday.
It is not a white holiday. You got a black president.
George Washington.
It counts as a black holiday as well.
I mean, there's a lot of fucking white holidays. I'm just saying, and that we have to work on. You should have to work on the one black holiday we have.
So wait, you're saying that white people should have to work on Martin Luther King Day?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you should have to.
Me personally. Yeah, it was a Dennis Miller bit when he said, he's like, Martin Luther King Day is great because it's a day when actual racists are okay with having the day off. They're just a little pissed off about the reason. They're like, this is bullshit. I mean, I'm not going into work, but this is bullshit. Come on.
I used to all the time back when I had a 9 to 5. I used to always ask for this day off, and stuff, and we'd still probably have to work, and then I'd say I'm working on a protest, and I literally wouldn't do shit. So it was great.
Well, it's working out well for you. Finn won't get the title from Lesnar. The WrestleMania match I want to see is Lesnar versus McIntyre, says JD Ultra. We shall see. Yeah. We shall see. But we're gonna jump right into talk about the Universal Championship.
And shout out to DJ, who's back from his vacation.
Welcome back, DJ, screening calls for us. As always, we're very happy to have you with us. And we're happy to be joined by our good buddy Lit Mantis from the Dr. Huge Show. Lit Man, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
What up, guys? Thanks for having me.
You are always welcome, sir. It says here you want to talk about the Universal Championship. I have a feeling I know where this is going to go, but what do you got for us?
Okay, my question is, having Vince McMahon out there tonight talking about David and Goliath bullshit, they're going to find a way to have Finn win this, aren't they?
I mean, the way here's the thing. They have to make it. They have to do this. They have to do this. They have to sell it to you in a way where it looks like Finn Balor has a chance. So I'm not altogether surprised at the build because I wouldn't expect anything less. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to go out there and act like Brock Lesnar is going to just kill Finn Balor, which if you listen closely, that's essentially what Vince is saying anyway. But yeah, I mean, the way that they're setting it up, it's meant to look like, okay, Finn might actually have a chance. But look, somebody said it earlier today, and I'll steal their material. They wouldn't even let Finn pin Braun Strowman tonight on Raw. They had Brock jump in there and break it up. I don't think Finn's pinning Brock Lesnar and winning the Universal title.
I don't think that, though, was an issue if they didn't want him to pin Braun. I think that was just to get interaction. People want to – it's hard to sell a match when you don't see the interaction between the two you're selling in the match. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I feel like this match was the whole purpose of it was to show Finn getting in and basically make him look like he can stand up to Lesnar.
Now, man, you're on record as saying there's no way in hell. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but for the purpose of the viewers getting to know where you stand, you're pretty much of the school of there's no way in hell Finn Balor should beat Brock Lesnar.
Well, you're correct. But here's my new school of thought. Braun's going to somehow get himself added to it, and then Braun's going to pin Finn so that Brock doesn't get pinned, and then Braun's the new Universal Champion.
Hey, I got to tell you, when Braun came out earlier tonight,
I thought that's where it was headed.
I thought we were headed for a triple threat match. I really did. I'm right there with you.
I don't see that happening because, again, just from a standpoint of booking, that's really not a good look because, I mean, it's already insurmountable when you got one giant. And then you're going to put them in. It just doesn't look, which one of these things doesn't go.
Well, it was the same shit with the Fatal 4-Way last week, though, if you think about it.
Well, but still, I mean, Drew McIntyre is tall, but he's not like physically like Brock is a fucking.
He's not as physically imposing as Lesnar.
Yes,
not a lot of guys are.
Yeah, not a lot of guys are. Like, not a lot of guys in that match were. I mean, even with John Cena, it was still look like you could give Finn Balor a shot in that match. So I get that, and I just feel like if they do a triple threat match, it just looks bad. And unless Finn wins, then it's just like, why even do it?
It makes him look superb. Let me ask you this, Lid Man. A lot of people debating as to whether or not we're going to see the Demon on Sunday. Do you think Finn Balor busts out the Demon gear for the title shot on Sunday?
Probably, but the Demon is fucking stupid, and regular underwear model leather jacket biker like Finn Balor is better than that. Because if they have to paint him up and put the bullshit all over his skin, what does that say about his actual character or lack of character to begin with? And if he only is powerful when he's the Demon, then why the fuck would he ever not be the Demon? And if the Demon can only come out when he's possessed by something, nothing's possessed him at this point, so why would they even do it to begin with?
All fair points. I think Silky said similar shit before. Now, our chat room would argue, we can't. The Demon can't take over, man. You can't be the Demon when you're going to the grocery store and shit like that. You got to keep it under control, man. It's like the Hulk. You got to be able to control it. Come on, just hang with me here. So,
Okay,
are you with me on this at all?
Demon,
I kind of agree with with
with
everything
you on
he's
it, but
saying.
how would the demon take over?
Like, it's not a thing of possession or anything like that. There's nothing supernatural. It's just.
Do I feel like getting painted up right now?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing as like fucking war paint. Like when you're going into war and you paint your face, except for this one's really more elaborate. It's a thing to take you, put you in that moment of you're in war. So that's why he does the demon thing. But again, you have to. I mean, you can't not bring out the demon for the Royal Rumble. You brought it out at SummerSlam.
For the Universal Championship.
Yeah,
no less.
for fucking Constable Corbin.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So there is no way I don't see him not bringing out the demon.
Yeah, I'm with you. Litman, we're gonna get to some of these comments here, buddy. But before we go, tell the folks about Dr. Huge Show and when you'll be on there.
At Dr. Huge Show on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope as well. Every Friday, 6 p.m. Central Time, so that would be 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday shout-out show. So holler at your boy. Holler if you hear me.
Excellent. We appreciate the call, Litman. Have a good night, buddy. We always appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, have a good one, man. That's our buddy Lit Mantis from the Dr. Huge Show. Once again, at Dr. Huge Show on Twitter. And you can follow the Lit Man as well, at Lit Mantis. So, 832-937-4559 is the phone number to get in. Let's get to some of these comments here, Silky. So, first of all, hello to Get the Tables and to Brooks, who said hi to us earlier. And we were talking with the Lit Man here. Finn Balor said he's not bringing out the demon, says Raven's Blood. And apparently Otis section, and we're going to get to our boy Otis here in a minute because I really enjoyed the hell out of that tonight, as you can imagine. Been a theory that Finn loses as normal Finn and then 30 seconds, and he wins the Rumble as the demon.
That would be terrible.
So him losing the Universal title as normal Finn and then winning the Rumble as the demon, you would not be down with that.
No, I would not. Because, I mean, that's fucking stupid. So bad.
I'm not making a comment either way. Just asking for your take here.
I think that's just so, especially you're talking about losing in like 30 seconds. I could buy losing the match, but I'm not a big fan of, I feel like if you've got a title match, you should not be in the Royal Rumble.
That's
so, like, I didn't like it when Reigns lost his title match last year at the Royal Rumble and then showed up inside the Royal Rumble at number 30. Yeah. I didn't like it. So, I think that he comes out as the demon. I'm calling him winning. Just because I feel like...
You're going out on a limb. You're taking Finn Balor.
I'm taking Finn Balor.
Holy shit. I got Brock Lesnar just for the record.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily say we were going to do picks today. We're going to kind of preview Royal Rumble because we got the NXT show coming up on Thursday. But, yeah, I don't see any... I'm not going to say I don't see any way in hell it happens. I'm sticking with Brock Lesnar. But I am shocked. Call me shocked. Color me shocked. Whatever the fuck they say. That you're picking Finn Balor here.
I think I am. I mean, I'm going with Finn Balor because I think this whole thing with Braun is just a way to get Finn Balor the win.
Well, that's
believable.
Fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
I mean,
I think it's. I mean, when you think about it, that's why that could be why they're inserting Braun into this. I wouldn't doubt that Braun shows up at the match, has something where he's going and gets him and Brock get into it, and he cost Brock the match.
Okay. Mike Drop says, don't tell our military the difference between painted face and non-painted face.
Okay.
You know, wearing the... okay, never mind.
I
mean, Litman, no surprise here that Litman has pissed off quite a few people. Calling him a Finn Balor hater and tell this guy to shut up and blah, 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 because they don't like... Yeah, Chris, you don't like Finn Balor, says Brooke. It's not that I don't like Finn Balor. I don't like Finn Balor's chances against Brock Lesnar. I just don't. And again, I understand that it's a simulated match, if you will, but nonetheless, I suspend my disbelief when I'm watching wrestling, and I like for the guys to be evenly matched. And so when I look at a match like this on paper, and matches aren't wrestled on paper, They're wrestled inside TV sets. So I think Brock Lesnar should win this one easily. But that's the fun of watching.
He's not going to win it easily. I can tell you that much because there's nothing to that. They gotta, if they're with the amount of build they're trying to put into it, they need to have at least a good showing. Even if Finn doesn't win, he needs to have a good showing. So expect what we saw with AJ Styles. Expect what we saw with Daniel Bryan. Brock Lesnar beating the ever-loving shit out of him until at one point he misses something. Finn comes back, his brief spurt of offense, maybe hits a finisher or so to make you think he's going to win, and then boom, F5, he gets pinned. That's what.
But you still think Finn Balor's going to win?
I still think Finn Balor's going to win, but
okay.
I'm just saying in that scenario, in your scenario where Brock wins, that's how the match is going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah, no surprise there. And I think it was Dave earlier was asking, can anybody call? Of course anybody can call. Phone lines are open, man. 832-937-4559. And for those of you who are just joining us, we would greatly appreciate it if you share the program on Twitter and with your Periscope followers. And once again, for those of you asking about the YouTube, and we did see you hop over onto the YouTube there, Mark Will. tinyurl.com/Speez benchmark. Do you think this match will be better than the one Lesnar had with Daniel Bryan?
I think it's going to be around the same. I mean,
there's a certain formula for Brock fighting these smaller guys, which is, in my estimation, why it should happen less regularly. You know, so you don't have one right after another like we're getting right now.
Yeah, I mean, they could also flip the script and do it the other way around where Finn just dominates, like, off the bat, drop kick like all over him and stuff until finally he makes one mistake and then Brock starts suplexing.
That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see somebody come out because really we haven't seen it since Goldberg?
Yeah.
Where somebody came out and just took it to Brock Lesnar right from the jump. That would be a nice change of
every
pace.
fucking Roman Reigns match he did that, but the way they were building Brock at the time, he would just take it over. To the point where it was like, I was watching like, why would you do that? Like, that never worked for you.
Yeah. Redleaf Retrocast is saying WWE should sign or bring up that Prince Devitt guy from NXT UK TakeOver. He seemed pretty cool. Heard good things about him, but his finisher is lame, says JPQ. The reason Finn is pushed, says Mark Will, is because AEW is competition and they want to keep Finn happy, in my opinion. I know. I hear a lot of people saying that. I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily the case.
I don't think that's the case.
Maybe
at all.
for once, WWE is saying, "Hey, crowd seems to like this Finn Balor kid. Maybe we give him a shot. Maybe we put him in a title match and see what happens." Brock sold the hell out for Finn. Yeah, look, for all the shit that Brock Lesnar gets, and this is one of the reasons I'm a Brock Lesnar fan. That dude, he puts people over when he's supposed to put people over.
Yeah.
He sells his fucking ass off for people when he's supposed to. And when they tell him to go out and squash people and kick the shit out of them, he does that too. So, and it's so much more effective when a guy like Brock Lesnar is doing it. I mean, how fucking great do guys like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and Finn Balor look when a guy like Brock Lesnar's selling for him?
Yeah.
I think he's great like that. I enjoy it thoroughly. Okay, so we've talked about Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar. Of course, they faced off in the ring here before the match between Balor and Strowman, where it looked like Balor was going to get the win. Lesnar comes in, interferes, gives Balor the F5, and that was that. So, on to other things happening here in Monday Night Raw. The main event of the evening was Ronda Rousey teaming up with Natalya to take on Sasha Banks and Bayley. And this, of course, the last time we're going to see Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks face-to-face prior to their title match at Royal Rumble. Silky, 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, 10 being holy shit, I can't wait. How excited are you to see Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship this Sunday at Royal Rumble? And those of you in the chat, feel free to chime in as well. 1 to 10, where are you feeling?
Say like a hot 3.
Like a hot 3? Why just a hot 3?
Because, I mean, I'd rather see someone else in that position, like because we all know that Ronda's not losing this match. So I would like to see someone who doesn't particularly get a lot of shots, do like an Ember Moon get that shot, and not just because I've met her and know her and like been on the indie scene with her, but I'm just
because she's black.
yes, that too.
She's black.
Yes, okay. Or my favorite black man's kryptonite, Dana Brooke.
That's right.
Put her
you
in
gotta
there.
see Black Man's Kryptonite, Dana Brooke.
Yeah, we need a sounder that's like bad. Bitch
We gotta
alert,
have. I know we gotta
bad
have
bitch
that.
alert. Anyway, but I would like to see someone like that in that position because we know Ronda's not gonna win. So you get the rub by just being on a major pay-per-view wrestling the champion. Who cares if you win or lose? With Sasha, it's like it's a little more of a. It's a little more, I guess, it hurts her a lot more to lose this match, which she is undoubtedly going to do to Ronda.
You seem to be in the minority. JD says an 8, Kristen a 7, Jody a 7, 13 if it were in the Tokyo Dome, says Revisionist Book. So, and JD, I know you got a question in here as well. We're going to get to that shortly, but let's get back to the phone lines where the bizarre one, Dave, joins us here. We want to talk about the lack of wrestling on the Go Home show before the Royal Rumble. What's going on, Dave? How are you?
Hey, how's it going? I'm good, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing very well, sir. Dave of the Get the Tables podcast. You can catch them on Tuesday nights after SmackDown Live, so they'll be on tomorrow night, and also on Saturday evenings as well, 9 p.m. Central. Another podcast that we support here, and they're good supporters of ours. So what's on your mind, Dave? You want to talk about lack of wrestling? You didn't like how little wrestling there was tonight?
I mean, to start off, no, because we got, talking for, the first 40 minutes, and the first match ended in a DQ with Brock jumping on Strowman and Finn. So, yeah, I was a little disappointed, and then, the whole Lashley and Apollo thing just really, ticked me off a little bit because I was like, all right, they're finally going to give Apollo maybe a beat Lashley and face him at the Rumble maybe, give him a run, and nope. It's just led into Seth Rollins coming out and basically overshadowing Apollo.
Which was
I'm
kind
a
of
little ticked about that. But,
Well, I mean, I don't think he overshadowed Apollo. But it was awkward because the match was over. So it's not like he came out in the middle of the match or something like that, or after still in Apollo shine. Apollo lost. His moment was done. That shit was over. So
well, and it's this weird thing where in recent weeks, and we talked about this before. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's weird where they have these matches overlap each other.
Yeah, so,
like the one guy comes out before the other folks have left or before the other segment is finished. And I don't understand why they do that. It's
yeah. I mean, now that they're probably, because you notice now it stops at 10 on the dot. I think we almost saw them not make time because at one point in the main event, the screen went black. Then it comes back, and immediately after, I can imagine they were in the ref's ears we're about to go dark. Take this shit home.
Yeah, I actually said that to Silky. I was like, oh shit, they're not going to finish this match. It's crazy.
But,
yeah, well, let me ask you this, Dave. What were aside from Apollo and potentially Bobby Lashley, which to my knowledge, Lashley doesn't have an Intercontinental title match in the Rumble. I'm assuming he's going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, he's going to be in the Rumble. I mean, you shouldn't have thought or gave that much hope because he just won the Intercontinental title. So maybe if he had it for some weeks, then we could talk about him losing a non-title match and then so the guy can get a title match. But you're talking about he just won it. So if he would have lost, it would have made him look so weak as a champion.
What else were you looking to see, Dave, aside from the Apollo and Bobby Lashley this segment? What more would you have liked to see that you didn't?
I mean, I guess just a little more wrestling on the show. I'm one of those fans who actually likes wrestling. I'm kind of sick of how they always have to start the show with 30-minute segments that have nothing to do. And I think we had 2 matches in 40 minutes, or maybe it was an hour or something like that. But it was just I like more wrestling on my show. But that's a lot of people. Today's fans don't like wrestling. They like all the chitter chatter and all the little talking segments. I'm more of an old school wrestling fan guy myself.
Yeah, and there's certainly enough guys to where they could put wrestling in there. I mean, hell, we had the fucking Singh brothers and Jinder Mahal in a 6-man tag match against the Lucha House Party.
But see, the thing, when you get closer to a big show, especially like the Royal Rumble, you're gonna get mostly build to these matches that are gonna be on the show.
You don't want to risk getting guys hurt.
Yeah, and you're only gonna get a couple of the guys, the lower level guys, because again, you don't want them getting hurt, And you also don't want, to give too much away. You don't want, this gives it that, it's almost like a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
We didn't see a lot of wrestling this week, so that when you watch the Royal Rumble, it's going to be a lot of action.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Shout out to you, Mark Will. Thanks for being with us. So, Dave, we're going to put you on the spot here. Give us your picks for men's Rumble winner and women's Rumble winner. Who you got?
I'm going to say who I don't want it to be. I'm just going to pick random people because I know who it's obviously going to be, I think.
Well, okay, who's the
I don't
obvious
want no
picks?
one burning it down. I mean, come on. Seth Rollins seems like he's the obvious pick right now. And then everyone's going around Sasha and Charlotte going to do the whole little, double Rumble spot like Brett Luger did. That seems to be the obvious thing. So I'll go something different. I'll say, like, Apollo Crews and Carmella. There you go.
There you go. Dave going out on a limb. Tell the folks one more time where they can catch you on the Get the Tables podcast before we let you go here, sir.
You guys check us out tomorrow night on Periscope and Saturday night on Periscope as well, too. And, yeah, follow Get the Tables. At Get the Tables on Twitter.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
a lot. I appreciate it.
Hey, you got it, Dave. Thanks for the phone call, buddy. We will talk to you soon. That is the bizarre one, Dave, from the Get the Tables podcast.
Picks were bizarre.
They
Maybe
were
not Carmella. Carmella was a little bit believable-ish.
Yeah,
But because there's really not many women that are viable to win this. But really, Apollo Crews, really my dude.
Manson said that Dana Brooke can give me the rub, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Hey, stay out my Kool-Aid, man. That's fucked up.
Lashley
do
was
that.
the damn highlight, flexing. They need to push Apollo more. I love how McIntyre and Rollins just stared at each other. That was kind of a cool move there. Cool moment there. That ship has sailed a long time ago. Just give up on Apollo already. Red Leaf not too impressed with Mr. Cruz. I don't know. It's I don't know. We'll see, man. I root for the guy because he seems like a good kid. Mm-hmm. He's crazy athletic. He's so good in the ring.
He's just in that in-between thing of, like, he's too jacked to go with the smaller guys, but he's not tall enough and big enough to go with the bigger guys because, I mean, it just looked – I don't know what happened if they were going for, like, a back injury or something, but, like, him pressing Bobby Lashley, one, that totally kills Bobby Lashley as a – big guy.
Lashley should be the one doing that shit.
Yeah. And two, it just looked really bad, like when he couldn't do it, and then he does it
Dropped
again.
him and he fell over. Yeah, it just.
And then he did it again, and then like actually completed it, but it still didn't look as clean as you would think. And then I'm so sick of just yes, we know Leo Rush can do flip-de-doos. Like it's like the comic bit all the time. He gets in, they chase him, he does the flip, run, get caught, and then I thought it was pretty dope to finish because that spear sounded like you can actually hear a spear.
Yeah.
Hear that spear. Like he got him good. So, I mean, I like the finish once he got him up in the military press, and then got speared.
Yeah, that was cool.
But up into that, like I say, we don't need to see. We know Leo Rush is athletic.
Yeah,
if he wants to do that shit, he needs to get back in the ring and actually compete.
Yeah,
then he can do that shit.
Totally, it's the new Singh brothers distracting Jinder Mahal's opponent so he can hit the Colossus and retain the title. I mean, we saw that every match. We see
every fucking. I mean, and that gets old. Like honestly, like I always bring up, John Cena and Batista. They won the titles at the same WrestleMania 21. People love Batista. You know why? What was the difference between Batista and John Cena's title reigns? It was Batista had a different opponent, and each opponent had a different motivation, different storyline. When John Cena was champ his first time, it was the same thing, month in as month out. Stack the deck against him, where he shouldn't conceivably win, and yet
he's going to win anyway.
Somehow he does. Yeah. That's what got people tired of Cena.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Brooke says, I'd love to see either Ember, Peyton, or even Lacey Evans. And she's got Seth as her male pick.
I don't know if Lacey, since she hasn't even had a match on the main roster, that'd be pretty big for her to fucking win the Rumble. Ember Moon's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, Peyton Royce not going to win it.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But Peyton Royce.
Yeah, Seth as a male pick, that's a good one. I feel like it is a bit, like he was saying, it's a bit obvious.
It's like the foregone conclusion, like, oh yeah, of course Seth wins it. We shall see. I keep skipping this comment from Revisionist Book. How about Brock suplexes Finn out on the outside, no DQ, but gets DQ'd when F5ing Finn in the ring? Come on, man. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out.
No, what he's saying is because Brock,
when
he
it
threw him
happened
on
tonight. Yes.
he threw him on. Brock caught him belly to belly, no DQ.
Yeah.
Like, there was no DQ on it. I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, somebody said that earlier.
I was waiting for the bell to ring, and I was like, oh, guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I walked out. I think I was letting the dog out or something when the outside suplex happened, and then when I saw him get DQ'd for the F5, I was like, well, of course. What's everybody bitching about?
Yeah, no, it was. He literally caught the dude, like Braun threw Finn on the Brock, and Brock caught him and just belly to belly him on the floor.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Has everyone forgot Drew is in the Rumble? Let's talk about the main Royal Rumble matches. Well, I tell you what, let's save that. Let's get through a few more things with Monday Night Raw here.
Do we need to? I think we've talked about the most.
I was just going to... The one that everybody wants to fucking hear about is the fact that my boys, the Revival, got fucked again because it's just what happens. I'm not gonna say they got fucked again. Here's the problem.
I'm just playing that because if you watch my Twitter feed,
nobody watches your fucking Twitter feed.
Man, fuck you. Anyway,
Nick Jackson doesn't watch our Twitter feed. That's for sure. Actually, it's Matt Jackson.
Yeah,
Quick aside here. Okay, I've bitched before because really nobody blocks us on Twitter because we don't talk a lot of shit about people. Really, we don't. When you consider what a cesspool Twitter can be. Somehow, Nick Jackson, who I've met very briefly, said hello or whatever. But Nick Jackson blocked me in my personal account a long time ago. I'm looking at shit earlier today, and I see Matt Jackson's name come across my feed, but it's not like highlighted. And I look, and somehow the Speez and the Benchmark show has been blocked by Matt Jackson. When the fuck have we... The only negative thing that we say about the Young Bucks is when we read fucking Mac Diesel talking shit about him because Mac Diesel hates him.
Motherfucker.
I don't say anything bad about him either. And then all of a sudden it was like, Matt Jackson blocked us. It's so funny. But anyway, the Revival. So look, I don't understand what they're doing with them because... For a while there, it kind of looked like we were supposed to feel bad for him, and they were kind of getting almost like a face push, like, oh, these poor guys, they keep getting so close, and then they get screwed. And then now all of a sudden, they're trying to cheat to win again, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess. And they just, for whatever fucking reason, still aren't winning, and it's very frustrating. And yes, I was frustrated, and no, I didn't record my fucking reaction.
But like I said,
because at this point, it's just I just shake my head.
I even put on, when I saw they asked for the special guest referee, I posted on Twitter, countdown to another Revival loss and an epic Chris Speezak meltdown.
I'm not going to be happy about that at all.
Yeah.
Don't say we, motherfucker. Yeah. I need that Big Lebowski. We? What the fuck, we? Yeah. That's another good one there.
And what does the Sheik say about? What do you think the Sheik thinks about the Revival?
You make your jack off of yourself.
They do not make jack off of themselves.
Yes,
they do not.
Do.
They absolutely do not.
They 100% do.
Now they're in the feud with the Doll Boys. The Revival should have hit Kurt Hawkins with the Shatter Machine. That's true.
Yeah, just because I like the Shatter Machine, I'll give you that. But
I'm gonna tell you right now, this fucking show is gonna shut down, and we're gonna be finished. If Kurt Hawkins gets his first fucking win against the Revival, I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, man.
I'm going to retire from podcasting at that very moment on Twitter.
Oh, that's going to
be... Shut all this shit down. We're going to have a fire sale on all the gear, so all you podcasters out there, tune in, and you can get yourself some shit on the cheap, because I'm going to get rid of all this shit.
Oh, man, that's going to be...
If fucking Kurt Hawkins gets his first win...
Your dudes is going to lose to the fucking Major Brothers.
They're fucking not.
You probably don't even... Some of our fans probably don't even remember the fucking Major Brothers.
I don't remember the Major Brothers.
You don't remember Brenton? I think it was like Brent and Brad Major. It was Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. That was their tag team.
Yeah, that was when I was on WWE.
And then before they went to La Familia as tagging as the Edgeheads. So
they're turning the Revival into the fucking Mulkey Brothers is what they're doing. Yeah. You got to go old school to know who the fucking Mulkey Brothers are.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Get the table. Stop that shit. All right. It's not. Now, speaking of, and I want to get back to something, because if Hawkins and Ryder were to win, I'm sure they would say this would be the end of Kurt Hawkins' streak, and he finally got a win. Even though it was at a tag team match, he finally got a win.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up something interesting. Is Ronda Rousey no longer undefeated after tonight because they lost in a tag team match?
Well, I know people are going to say no because she didn't take the fall, but I've always been of the opinion is this. When you book a match, there can only be one winner and one loser.
That's right.
Or 2 and 2, depending on tag team. So, if you did not win the match, what the fuck did you do? You lost. Doesn't matter who gets pinned. Like, I wrestled a 4-way and lost the title without getting pinned.
That's right.
That doesn't mean I didn't lose the match. I still lost the fucking match.
Yeah, I don't think Ronda's undefeated streak is such a big deal. Like, nobody's really talking about it.
They're not making a big deal about it.
But it was an interesting point that you brought up, and I didn't really think about it because we keep talking about how, Ronda's not going to lose. Ronda's not going to lose. Yeah, it was a tag team match, but technically she still lost.
Technically she lost.
This is the shit I put up with. Hawkins and Ryder are former WWE tag team champions. Revival
that is true.
Aren't.
That is true. Oh my God, they suck so bad.
Hawkins and Ryder aren't 2-time NXT champions, that's for sure.
Yeah, you keep hanging your head on that.
I will. That's all I fucking got right now. So anyway, thank you.
Which
Kristen,
is not even that special anymore because now the Undisputed Era is also a 2-time tag team champ. So they're not the only 2-time NXT tag team
Yeah, but there's 3
champs.
Undisputed Era guys and there's only 2 Revival guys, so fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. They got to go Lucha House Party shit. That match was all about taking a shot at the NFL refs missing calls, and all of a sudden, Kurt Hawkins misses nothing. Yeah, exactly. That
is pretty funny.
That's pretty likely. That's fairly likely. Okay, as far as the rest of Monday Night Raw goes, for those of you who tune in, because I know a lot of you do, and if you're here right now, again, if you haven't done so, please share the program, retweet the program. We still got another half hour or so here on the show, so if you'd share it out there with all your peeps, we'd appreciate that. Thank you, Kristen and Anthony, for the Super Hearts, if we hadn't thanked you already. So, we had Baron Corbin against Elias again.
Don't care.
Although we did get to see the end of days, which is cool.
Yeah.
We had the Singh brothers and Jinder Mahal beating or losing to the Lucha House Party. Sorry, we had the moment of bliss where a whole shit ton of the women from the Women Royal Rumble come out, and
it's stupid.
I didn't really care for that. Am I missing anything?
And then it totally just took away the moment, like the whole thing of after shit broke down, and then she announced that she will be back and competing in the Royal Rumble.
You have to say that's okay when somebody asks, "Did you see that butt?"
Yes, definitely. Whose?
I don't know who he's talking about, but anyway.
But yeah.
We haven't talked about Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre.
Great match. We knew it was going to be a great match. Like the finish. I mean, there's nothing else those are obviously the 2 front runners for winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, I'm more going with McIntyre.
I think that's going to be my pick as well. Let's get to our Royal Rumble picks, and thank you, JD, for the kind words, sir. We hope you'll come back and join us, man. We appreciate it. Always good to get some new listeners in here. Spread the word. We always enjoy seeing some new faces. So let's talk about the Royal Rumble. Let's talk about it on the men's side first of all. One thing that people like to speculate about, and we're talking about our picks here, but let's talk about this first. One thing people like to speculate about is who might we see that we're not expecting to see. I'm going to do my best, and I won't have a very hard time because this Saturday is the wife's 40th birthday. My wife turns 40 this Saturday, so happy birthday to my lovely wife, Jennifer, who's put up with my shit for over 18 years.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. We both outkicked the coverage, I think it's safe to say. Most definitely.
We both won.
So I will be out of town. I'll be getting back in town about midday on Sunday. So I'm going to avoid Twitter most of the time. So hopefully I miss any bullshit spoilers about who might show up. But because it's fun to speculate about who might show up at the Royal Rumble, Silky, give us a name or two. And those of you in the chat room, don't tell us what you're hearing or what you're seeing. Tell us who you'd like to see or who you think might show up at the Royal Rumble that nobody is expecting right now.
Jericho.
You think Jericho comes back?
Yeah, I think Jericho comes back, or at least a one-off.
And thank you all for the birthday wishes to the lovely Miss Jennifer. I will pass those along. Chris Jericho, you like Chris Jericho? Okay, I'll take one now. I think Velveteen Dream shows up.
Yeah.
I think Dream is he doesn't have a match at TakeOver. Not that matters because
they made
guys like Adam Cole and Andrade had matches at TakeOver and then showed up the next day at the Rumble. I think Velveteen Dream is a guy that will show up just to give the fans a little something. It's not going to be a call up. I don't expect him to be there full time. But again, we've seen this in the past with Adam Cole, with Andrade. Guys from NXT that come up, make the appearance at the Rumble, and then still spend time down at NXT. I think Velveteen Dream shows up. I think he'll be there.
That's a good one.
Velveteen Dream at number 1 says Otis section. I don't know about that.
Adam Cole, baby.
And everybody loves Adam Cole in Undisputed Era. Adam Cole in all of Undisputed Era in the Rumble, and Cole gets to the final 3.
That's
says Red Leaf
pick.
Retrocast. That's
Just
not an
because
altogether.
I know him, I'm gonna hope that Rowe and Hanson are in there.
Ray Rowe and Hanson. Yep, they got the big title shot coming up this weekend. And again, if you're just joining us, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, we will be joined by our buddy Mr. Warren Hayes. You can give him a follow at Mr. Warren Hayes on Twitter. And we will be previewing NXT TakeOver Phoenix on Thursday night. Chile is Pat's Nation.
Pete Dunne. And
Pete
Chile is Pat's Nation.
Yeah, apparently. If you're joining us from Chile, shout out to you. Good for you for finding the show. Spread the good word. We're huge in Chile. We didn't know that until now, but apparently we are, so that's good.
I'm huge everywhere. What's up?
Otis section. Oh, that's the other thing we didn't talk about. We got to get back to Otis. Okay, but
I didn't watch it, so
it was so great.
It was it.
Otis Dozovich, goddamn national treasure. We've said it before on this program.
He's not.
And Silky loves. All I can think about is wrestling with regret. But the fucking bully ratio.
Busted Open.
Busted Open Radio. Thank you. I don't know why I blanked on the name. Dave LaGreca tweets out tonight. And I asked Silky, I'm like, did you listen to Busted Open Radio? The one fucking time that Silky doesn't know what happened on Busted Open Radio is when I asked him. Because LaGreca tweeted out, Bully Ray hit it right on the nose. If you're not watching Otis Dozovich, you're missing out because that guy is gold. Absolute gold. I love Otis Dozovich. He's great. He's great. He's great. He's great. He's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm with Kristen. Fucking Otis.
Who said that? No, come on, Kristen. Things were going so well between us. We need Otis to be a guest on this show. Yes! Yes, I would gladly have Otis on the show.
Oh, I would too.
Silky would too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
It's
a
Otis.
fool.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is about ratings and getting more people to watch.
Bizarre Monday, it's our pleasure, man. You call in anytime, buddy. Why not have both NXT UK champ Pete Dunne and NXT champ Ciampa both in the Rumble making good runs?
Yeah, those are both good picks.
I don't have any problem.
I don't
with
see
either one of those guys
Ciampa.
showing up.
I see Dunn possibly. I really just don't see Ciampa in there.
You got Ciampa? Well, we'll talk about that on Thursday. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other NXT guys. Obviously, any or all of the Undisputed Era guys would be no surprise as far as I'm concerned. Velveteen Dream, I don't think would be a surprise. What about Aleister Black? A lot of speculation that if Black doesn't take the title off of Ciampa this Saturday, that he might be coming up to the main roster. You think we see Aleister Black there?
I wouldn't waste it for the Royal Rumble, in my opinion.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's just with that, you got to run some vignettes, some promos, do some really cool shit to debut him on the main roster. So I wouldn't just waste his first appearance in the fucking Royal Rumble. I mean, especially because you know he's not going to fucking win it. So.
Well, and naturally, and the other thing is, one of the better things about Aleister Black is that intro. I mean, his intro is great.
Yes.
So you build him up,
pretty dope.
And you have that, and that intro come in. That would be fantastic. What about? And Kristen mentions it here. I personally don't see it happening. I think it's a very, 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 very long shot, with the exception of Chris Jericho, who we've already mentioned, who really isn't under contract with anybody full time as of, I don't know when the AEW contract kicks in. I don't know. Can you see anybody from outside of WWE? And the name everybody's going to talk about is Kenny Omega, because we still don't know, to my knowledge, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Kenny Omega has announced anything in terms of whether he's staying in New Japan, whether he's leaving New Japan, whether he's with AEW or not.
The last thing I saw or heard was where he tweeted out about after losing to Tanahashi, he was like, he's not taking anything away. Tanahashi was a better person, but he feels like he's still a better person, a better wrestler than Tanahashi, and that he was going to take time away. But the way he made it's made it real cryptic, like not just New Japan.
Could very well have been a work, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I heard somewhere as well, and you guys in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, that Omega's contract doesn't run out until January 31st. I thought. Now, there's a lot of contract talk going around, so I might have him confused with somebody else. But, yeah, I think, Kristen, just an answer to your question, I think Omega is an extreme long shot.
Extreme.
I think it would be because part of it is because I think it's so difficult in this day and age to keep that type of thing under wraps. And the fact that we haven't heard anything about it up to this point, that's not to say that it can't happen. But, again, with people leaking information left and right, and especially something as big as that, it just seems like it would be very difficult for them to keep that under wraps. What about Matt Riddle? That's another name that's popped up quite a bit in the chat. Do you think the Bro shows up at the Rumble? They seem to be high on him.
I mean, honestly, we can have this conversation, and anyone on that takeover show, the actual main show, could show up at the Rumble. So,
but do you
I don't
see,
think
but do you
it's
see
likely.
it more likely or not?
I think more likely not.
Okay.
Like, I think there's a lot more, like, a lot of people are saying Ricochet.
And I mentioned Ricochet when Silky and I were talking earlier.
Walter.
Oh, Walter would be fucking outstanding.
I would like to see that.
That'd be very cool. Red Leaf likes Buddy Murphy, 205 Live champ.
I mean, I wouldn't.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Get some of those 205 guys, 205 Live guys in there. That'd be fun.
I could see that.
It's early for Walter. Yeah, I agree. But
I mean, it's early, but I mean, a good showing in the Rumble. Because I'm not saying he goes in there to win, obviously.
The Hulkster, brother. I don't think Hogan's going to show. Although, stranger shit has happened. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think that, but I think coming in and having like a good 20, 30-minute performance in the Rumble before getting eliminated raises his stock when he goes over to NXT UK to challenge, because it's pretty much, in my opinion, foregone that he's going to be the one to take that title off of Pete Dunne.
Yeah, he's something else. He's something to watch. John Cena to recover from his injury and enter at number 30 like old times.
Keith Lee, that's another good one. I'd love to see him in it.
Yeah, Keith Lee's a good guy from all we hear. Yeah, I just saw that and I tweeted it out earlier. If you're following us at Speez Benchmark on Twitter, WWE actually put the article up, so take it with a grain of salt. But apparently John Cena injured an ankle last week, and his Royal Rumble status is in question at the moment. Again, coming directly from WWE, so yeah, could very well be. So yeah, we can start throwing out names. Yeah. Again, if I had to pick, let's say two guys. Let's pick our top two guys. For me, top two guys that I feel like are most likely to appear at the Rumble that haven't been announced right now, I'm going with Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole. I think those two guys are. I won't. Obviously, nobody's a lock.
Yeah.
I think those two guys would be my favorites. How about you?
I'd say mine would be definitely Ricochet. I think Ricochet will be in it, and I'm gonna go with. I can't say Adam Cole because
you can pick Adam Cole if you think Adam Cole's one of them.
But
sorry,
he was in it.
Picks.
But the thing is, he was in it last year, so I'm looking at like new people that hasn't. So I'd say I'd take the Velveteen over. So Velveteen and Ricochet.
Okay. So our three picks: Velveteen, Ricochet, Adam Cole. That's who we're going with as far as surprise appearances. Thoughts if R-Truth actually comes out at number 30? I got to figure there's going to be some kind of shenanigans.
Oh, he will come out at number 30. He won't last long, but...
I think he comes out at number 30 in the Women's Rumble or something, and it fucks it up, and it opens the door for somebody... Because that's one of the cool surprises. Like, remember all those compilation videos of marks shitting themselves when Reigns came out at number 30,
yeah,
and everybody was pissed off about it. number 30 is always kind of a cool deal. That was one of the reasons I didn't like this whole mixed match challenge, giving them the number 30 spot. That's
I mean, I liked it just because it was, better than doing the work tournament to donate to charity.
No, I don't mind putting some kind of incentive to win the tournament, but the number 30 spot in the Rumble to me was a little bit loftier than I would have liked to see it.
Because, but when you think about it, there's really only been one or two people who've actually won it from the 30 spot. So it's not like statistically, we've had 20 people win from the 30 spot. So them getting the 30 spot then would mean a lot more. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're going to be very careful about that too. I mean, there's probably no spot that more than 3 people have ever won from. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, there's 27.
How many people won from the 27 spot?
4.
Did it really?
Yeah. Stone Cold, Yokozuna, Bret Hart, and, technically Bret Hart Bret Hart, because Luger was after that. And then 27, there was another one.
I can't remember what I fucking had for breakfast this morning. This guy remembers who won the fucking Royal Rumble from the 27 spot.
Oh, Big John Studd.
Of course. Big John Studd won a Rumble?
Yeah, he won
he
won the first pay-per-view Rumble. The first Rumble that was
That's right.
The first one that was televised on USA was won by Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but he won the first when it went to pay-per-view, which was in Houston.
You guys need to check out Big Sean Studd.
Yeah.
That being the son of Big John Studd. Wrestles down here in Houston, and he gets around a little bit as well. Mm-hmm. Check him out. He's an up-and-comer as well. Dance break in the Royal Rumble, we'll see. I don't know about EC3 making a showing. Somebody mentioned it earlier. Can we talk about mute EC3? Has he said anything since he's been there?
No, he literally hasn't.
Just staring at himself.
I think they're going for, he's going to be a heel, excuse me, and be the narcissist type heel. Because notice, when every vignette you've seen, he's just been, flexing and doing his sign and his point or whatever. And when
it's really odd.
Yeah, and Dana Brooke was talking to him. Bad bitch alert. When Dana Brooke was talking to him, it was more he was pointing to the mirror. Kind of you can see when she was asking him how much fat, he's just pointing to the mirror. Obviously you see I don't have any, or something like that. But
right.
Yeah, I think he's going for that narcissist, which never goes well. No. I mean, people hate that person, but they don't pay their money to hate that person. You know what I mean?
This is true. So let's get our picks out of the way because we're running out of time here. So let's start with the men's Royal Rumble match.
Drew McIntyre.
You got Drew McIntyre. I'm going to go, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with somebody that I think we forget about, and I like it because we actually have a sounder for him as well. I'm going to go with Samoa Joe.
That fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe.
Make that Sloppy Joe. I'm going to go with Sloppy Joe winning the
you
Royal
do
Rumble.
Know that if he ever saw this and how much you clown him, he would beat the
I didn't clown him. Scott Steiner clowned him.
You play it all the time.
I'm more afraid of Scott Steiner than I am Samoa Joe.
Actually,
so if Scott Steiner says
to
call him Sloppy Joe, I'm calling him Sloppy Joe. That's just the way it's going to be.
I'm just saying, you guys, if we ever go to a show and Samoa Joe's there and he happens to watch this shit and slaps the shit out of Chris, just know I'm not going to do shit. I do not have his back. We will talk about what he did.
Joe.
And make sure that it doesn't happen again. Because,
Women's Royal Rumble, who you got?
Women's Royal Rumble. Let's see. Confirmed. I will go with Charlotte.
You go with Charlotte?
Yeah.
Is Charlotte in it? Is
yes.
she confirmed? Oh, jeez. Yeah, see, that's my go-to pick because Charlotte wins everything. It's a tough one. I'm going to go with Nia Jax. I don't know why. I'm just going with Nia Jax. I'm just pulling one out of the sky. Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. We talked about this earlier. You got Finn Balor. You haven't changed that yet?
No, I have not.
I got Brock Lesnar. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
Daniel Bryan.
I got Daniel Bryan as well. The Raw Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks. I think we both got Rousey. The Bar versus The Miz and Shane McMahon for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions.
Miz and Shane.
Yeah. as much as I hate to say it, this is the kind of dumb shit that WWE would do. I think Miz and Shane are going to win it.
Yep.
And it's so fucking stupid. I hate saying that.
That even Shane McMahon will get a tag team title before the fucking Revival.
SmackDown Live Women's.
Oh,
fucking
we need that
Jesus
sounder.
Christ. We got it right there.
No, that's Dr. Hughes. We need that like when you say a roast of someone.
Oh.
He's like, that.
Fine.
We need to find that.
We'll find one of those.
Yeah, you find one of those.
Becky Lynch versus, that's not going to be my one job. Becky Lynch versus Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship.
Becky.
I'm going with Asuka. Sticking with Asuka on that one. United States Championship rematch. Rusev taking on Shinsuke Nakamura.
Couldn't give two shits about this, but I'll go with Rusev.
I'm going with Rusev as well. And the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy versus Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami. I got Buddy Murphy retaining as well.
That's literally not what the fuck I said.
What?
I said Hideo Itami, and you said I have Buddy Murphy retaining as well.
Oh,
as well as
Buddy
who?
Murphy retaining that title as well as other people retaining their titles. That's what I meant.
That's not what you
Try
meant.
to keep up, Silky. Jesus. Try to stick
Listen
to
to
the
what the
language
fuck
we've
I'm
all
saying.
agreed upon, for crying out loud. Let's look at who we got here. Alexa Bliss to win the Rumble, says Red Leaf. We shall see. AJ Styles is going to be... Yeah, I don't have the he's fat sounder, unfortunately, Ravens. But if anybody's going to get his ass kicked by Samoa Joe, it's going to be Dr. Huge.
Yeah, probably.
So Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens are going to kick the shit out of him just because of the beef overload. Beef overload! Between the two of those guys. Storm for a surprise Women's
Tony
Rumble
Storm?
entrant. That's
I'm
a good
assuming
pick.
Tony Storm.
Yeah, Tony Storm. I would
That would
imagine.
be great. Could be Tim Storm.
I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
be Tim Storm.
That
no.
would be pretty dope.
That would be kind of dope indeed. I was getting to this because I felt like there was something else that we should talk about before we got out of here tonight. And now I can't think of what it is. So whatever it was. Oh, I know what it was. It was our T-shirts, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Which aren't here anymore. Have you bought the damn Speez in the Benchmark T-shirt yet? The heel turn imminent Speez in the Benchmark shirt. They're sitting here in $1 Million Studios. We had the guys come in, work some overtime, clean the place up, make it look nice and neat because we like to be in a spotless studio when we come to work. But listen, if you haven't seen them, they're all over the place. People got them everywhere. Just shoot us a message on the Twitters at Speez Benchmark. Let us know. Say I want my Speez in the Benchmark shirt. $20. That's it. We'll hook you up. No trouble there, and we'll get you one of those T-shirts. And, of course, again, on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central, that is 9 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast, our good buddy Mr. Warren Hayes joins us to preview NXT TakeOver Phoenix. So for all of you hoping to talk some NXT tonight, that will happen on Thursday night here on the program. So, Silky, anything else we forgot before we get out of here tonight?
I think we got about everything.
Anything else you need to get out there for the people before we say good evening?
February 23rd at the Elks Lodge. Falls Count Anywhere, me against T-Ray. It's going to be fun. I'm going to beat the hell out of them.
And let's give a shout out one more time to all the good folks who left Super Hearts for us on the Periscopes here tonight. We are always grateful for you guys.
And that's Anthony, Kristen, Litman, and Otis section.
Thank you guys very much. And again,
and also shout out to my Patriots for making the Super Bowl again, third time in a row.
Yeah, Brooks says it. Take that Patriot shit off. What do you guys think about the Miz and Shane becoming tag team champions? I think it's going to happen, and it's fucking disaster.
It's going to be awesome.
But it's not going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
It's not going to be awesome at all. And again, guys, for those of you who are not watching on Periscope, if you want to chip into the cause, you can do so at the tip jar, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar. So, for the Benchmark, Silky Baines.
Yo.
Chris Spezak, thank you so much for being with us here. Speez and the Benchmark Show. We will see you Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central, for our NXT TakeOver Phoenix preview with Mr. Warren Hayes. Have a good night, everybody.